this is my lab for toxicology, and the first things in the lab were that we were supposed to put in these weight plates everything that we're supposed to use to be placed into the plate holder. So I just went ahead and did that to kill time. Okay, so, and I have it all labeled so I know where everything's supposed to go. So for the first one, I already started filling out the table. So all of the substance are white. And then for the baking powder, it's really just a fine texture. It's kind of like gritty, like sand. And then for the second one, the sodium bicarbonate, I think this is honestly the finest one out of all of them. It's like sparkly, but it's like, it feels like powder, like really, really smooth powder. Then for the cornstarch is the most clumpiest. Like, it does not have a good texture at all. It's the most clumpiest. And then the unknown substance, it relates a lot to the cornstarch. So I think they're like related somehow. I'm not sure what it is, but it's clumpy also, but it's not as clumpy. It's like the clumps are like a little bit smaller than the cornstarch. So to start off, I'm gonna go in order of the table. So I'm gonna take the baking powder and just kind of like, I'm not really gonna scoop it. I'm kind of just gonna like pour some of it in each one. And I'm getting it everywhere, of course, but that'll be okay. I just made a mess. It'll be alright. Okay, and then for the next one is going to be the sodium bicarbonate. So I'm just going to take some of that and just like put it on the inside. I might have poured too much into the weight plate, but it'll be okay because it's just excess. There we go. All right. Next is going to be the cornstarch. I feel like the cornstarch, you think the other ones, since they were so fine, would be easier to scoop, but honestly, the cornstarch, no, I'm gonna have to like scrape it in there because it does not want to cooperate. Yeah, so like, it's like, I really don't like this cornstarch. It's like all clumped up and it's, yeah, I don't like that cornstarch. But that's okay, it'll be alright. Okay, alright. The last one that we're gonna scrape is, it's hot, is the unknown substance. And since that's just like the cornstarch, I'm like scraping it also. Because I mean, I really just don't know how much of to use. Okay, next. Okay, let's see. The first we're gonna start with is the acid, and the acetic acid. I don't know how to say it right, but we're gonna pour in each one and see what type of reaction that it has. So Starting with the baking powder. Just gonna like pour it in there. That's fizzing. Okay, so that's fizzing. Like it kind of rises some and then it just like, that's fizzing. Okay. It's still fizzing. It did not fizz that long though. Fizz though. Okay, and then the sodium bicarbonate. I'm gonna pour it in there and see what happens. So that fizzed and rose also, and it's got like bubbles. It's still fizzing. Okay, so next is the cornstarch. So the cornstarch it didn't fizz at all. It stinks. It did not fizz at all though. It's kind of like it's just like absorbing. And then the unknown substance. Okay, so at first it seems not to do anything. It fizzed just a little bit. Yeah, it fizzed just a little bit. So I'm gonna record that on my table real quick before I do anything else, just so. So for the baking powder, that's gonna be a yes for fizzing, because it was a yes or no table. The sodium bicarbonate is a yes also, because that fizzed a lot. The cornstarch, no, it did not fizz at all. And then the unknown substance, yes, it fizzed just a little bit. Okay, so for the next one, it's going to be the IKI. I just say IKI. Okay, iodide potassium. And this is supposed to do with color change. So, ooh, don't get anywhere on me. Appreciate it. Okay, so first with the baking powder. So it's like, it's yellow, but it's really like, there's a fly in here. It's really, really light. Like it's like, that's just really, really light. It's not really doing anything. For the sodium bicarbonate, it is, okay, that's dark. It's dark. It's like an orange color, almost like an orange tangerine. For the cornstarch, okay, that's even dark. That's like black. So the cornstarch is like a black color. And then the unknown substance is black also, which leads me furthermore to say that the cornstarch and the unknown substance kind of in the same family. At least when it comes to iodine, they are. The only difference really, well, we haven't done the water yet, but from the acid and the cornstarch, the iodine makes them relate a little bit. Set for is like, yeah, so I'm going to pour that down. So for the baking powder, now that I've actually like let it sit, it's kind of like a really whitish yellow color. It's like a white yellow. It's super, super light. So I'm gonna put that. And then let's see, sodium bicarbonate was a orange color. Cornstarch, okay, now that I've let it sit, it turned black, but it's like a marble color almost. I'm just gonna put like a brown. That's pretty much what it looks like. And then for unknown, it's just black. Like that's all it is. It's just black. Okay, and then for the hot water, I kept it in the microwave. I'm gonna heat it up again because I did not want it to go cold. Okay, now that the water's hot, this is the last one that we have to do. Okay. So, for the baking powder, it didn't fizz at all. It just kind of like clumped together. Same thing for the sodium bicarbonate. No fizzing at all. It's kind of just like, they both just like are clumping, like they're absorbing it. Cornstarch, clumped. Unknown, okay, the unknown one fizzed just a tad bit, but majority, all of them pretty much just clumped together. So for hot water, for me at least, it's going to be a no for the first three, and then like a in between for unknown, because it fizzed when I first put it in there and it stopped. Now it's kind of just like bubbly a little bit. And then okay, that's basically it for this lab.